What is going on, guys? Matt Tolson here. In today's video, it's gonna be quite a sad day for us. We are getting rid of the Jeep. Most of you are probably saying, Matt, haven't you guys had it only for about 3 months? Yes, we've only had it for 3 months. There's only 1,200 miles on it. My parents don't want to keep it anymore. They don't like it. They don't like the manual transmission. So we're getting rid of it and getting something new, which is very exciting because what we're getting is super cool. It's something brand new. I'm not going to reveal it yet, as you can tell obviously by the title that we're getting a new car. So very cool. But I'm actually on my way to go drop the Jeep off because we're going to be trading it in. 1,200 miles. You're probably going to get a killer deal on it simply because we've had it for 3 months. Yes, we're taking the loss, taking the hit. We bought a brand new car and we're already selling it. Yeah, it sucks, but more to come because something new and cool is going to be on the way. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys when I am in the new car. What's going on, guys? It's Matt Tolson here. As you can tell by the title of the video, in today's video we are going to be going over the 2018 4Runner Limited. This is a 4x4. We just purchased the vehicle. As you can tell by the intro, we traded in the Jeep. We didn't really like the manual, as well as a few other things about the Jeep. So we ended up going with this 4Runner. As you can tell, it's the same gray as my Tacoma. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over a few of the options you may not have known that come with the Limited, a little bit of history behind the 4Runner, as well as some few dislikes and likes I like about the new car. So we'll get right into it. Enjoy the video. To begin the review, get a little backstory on the 4Runner. The 4Runners began in 1984. They replaced the Toyota Trekker. I'll leave a picture of what a Toyota Trekker looks like. But the Toyota Trekker only lasted from 1981 to 1983. Then they decided to change it up and go with the 4Runner. That is when they started the first gen. Started from 1984 to 1989. Then the second gen was 1989 to 95. Third gen was 95 to 2002. 2002 was the fourth gen to 2009. And then 2009 to present day is the fifth gen, to which this is. They start around about $30,000. That will get you the SR5 package. That's the base model. Then you get the TRDs, the TRD Pro, the TRD 4x4, all those good packages. Those are in the middle. And then this is the highest end package, which is the Limited. That is ranging from about $43,000 to up. It's very hard to get a Limited for $43,000, mostly because the dealerships won't give you a base price Limited. I think this one, after taxes and fees, was right around $50,000. I'll verify that here in a little bit, but I think it's a really cool car. There's a lot of cool features. They are very similar to the Tacomas. The interiors look very close, but this comes with a lot more features. It's got dual climate control. I'll go into more detail once we get in the car, but let's work our way to the side. Work a little bit over to the side. You can tell it comes with stock 18-inch rims. These are the rims that come with it. We're going to be replacing these hopefully very soon with some 16-inch methods. The goal is to lift it here in a little bit, but for right now, it's pretty nice as it is. It drives very well. It comes stock with some nice Bridgestone street tires, as well as the Limited comes with a bunch of chrome. My dad's not the biggest fan of the chrome. We are going to be fixing that very shortly. Hopefully do some blackout, simply because a little too much chrome kind of makes it look a little bit older. We got the gray, as you can tell, right there on the back, right by the back door. It says the Limited, but there's not much difference. You know, they've been producing these since 2009, this fifth gen, and they just slowly make minor differences. The body has really stayed the same. I'll leave two different pictures from a 2018 and then a 2009. They're very similar looking. Obviously, they're more updated and cleaner looking now, but the biggest difference is the interior, just like the Tacoma. The interior looks like the old 4Runner interiors, just very updated and very modern and clean looking. So, without further ado, let's work our way into the interior of the car. The first thing I'm going to note is the left side here. You got your mirror adjustments right here, as well as your parking sensors. You're able to turn them on and off, as well as your rear outlets, and then rear windshield wiper blade. All that's over here. The steering wheel, very similar to the Tacoma steering wheel. You can adjust all your speedometer and features right here. Those buttons are right here. You have volume control right here, and then picking up your phone as well as Bluetooth audio right here. Very similar to the older Tacomas. The shifting, the layout of the center is nearly identical to the older models. Not much has changed there. Still kind of a chrome look with the rear window up and down right here. You got the beeping going on. Got the rear window adjustments right here. You got your normal standard 4Runner shifter, park first, neutral drive, as well as sport settings, as well as your dual climate control features. Like I said, nearly identical, as well as heated and cooled seats. I know this is something new that they've been adding lately to the newer Toyotas. To the newer Toyotas, they've been adding heated and cooled seats. So instead of a normal, like in like a BMW or something where you adjust it, it's actually a little dial that you turn, and you can go to heated and cooled and or off, of course. I think that's a really cool feature. As you can tell, this has leather seats, so it gets hot. So in the summer, you're going to want your seats cooled, and in the winter, vice versa. Very cool feature. You got your same heads up right here. Not much has changed with that. The only thing that's really changed is the monitor. It's still the normal size, decently small, but it is very digital. It looks identical. It's identical to the Tacoma one, just smaller. All the Bluetooth audio, as well as all those features, are the same. Only other difference is you have your clock is right here instead of on here like mine. It's up here. It's a separate spot. Very cool. Let's work our way to the back seat. So now that we're in the back seat here, as you can tell, there's not much headroom in the back at all. I can't really sit back here without having to lean over, which is a bummer. These seats sit very high. It's kind of like the Tundra. The tank comes up into the back. There's no storage under here besides whatever you can fit in between this gap right here. There's not a separate storage compartment like the Tacoma. One thing you do have is dual climate control back here. Unfortunately, which I wish they would have added like the BMW X5, is your own separate controls. You can adjust the temperature back here as well as the fan speed. The way these work is whatever speed you have the front one on. Whatever you have the front one set on is what the back's going to be. So if you want these to be efficient, you have to have the front ones blasting cold air and or hot air in order for these to work well at all. It's kind of a bummer. But like in the rear, just like the front, you have leather seats as well as a lot of cool leather stitching in the doors. It's got this beautiful white little stitching right here on top of the leather, but nothing special back here. And then we'll work our way to the very back. Now that we're here to the very back of the 4Runner, we're going to go over a few of the 4Runner's features. As most of you know, the 4Runner has a window adjust right here to where you can roll this window up and down, so that you don't have to open up the entire trunk when you want to load groceries. You can actually just load them right through the window. It's a very cool feature that honestly most cars should have but don't. But if you have bigger stuff and you need to open this thing up all the way, it's got the assist, so it does it for you. But pretty simple back here. You know, you got your stock JBL subwoofer back here that gets the job done for a stock sound system. For me, it probably wouldn't do a very good job, as well as having speakers here in the back. Another cool feature this car has is the outlets here in the back, like I was saying up front, where you can adjust them, and as well as a compartment here on the left side where your jack and lug wrench go. You can probably fit jumper cables back there as well if you need them. As well as having folding seats. This does not have the third row. We don't need the third row, we just need the space back here, so it wasn't something we needed to get. But pretty simple, nothing special really about the trunk on a 2018 4Runner. But we will work our way actually back up to the front of the car, and we'll go over some of the engine features. Over a couple of the features. This is a 4-liter V6 producing 280 horsepower and about 270 pound-feet of torque. With a towing capacity about 5,000 pounds, give or take. depending on what you're towing. They actually just recently went to the V6, recently meaning they discontinued it in the 4th gen Tacomas, so from 2009 up, you're going to get a 4-liter V6. I'm pretty sure on the earlier models it was a 3.5-liter V6, but they changed that up. As you can tell, engine bay is super clean. Nothing really special up here. Not going to go into much detail on this because I'm sure most people don't care about it, but it's got a very reliable V6. Toyota was voted three times now in the top 10 longest lasting vehicle, and longest lasting vehicle definitely starts with the engine, so Toyota went with a very reliable 4-liter V6. So that's going to complete this review on the 2018 4Runner. I'm going to do an onboard video of my driving thoughts. There are a few things I don't like about the car while driving. To start, the braking. It's very flexible with the suspension, so every time you hit the brakes, the car is very jerky. It doesn't have a very smooth effect to it, but overall it's a great car. I haven't driven it very much. It's 2 months old, I would say. It's got 1,200 miles on it, and from what my dad's saying, he's loving it. He's always driven a Tahoe, so he has no problem with the space. He's always had bigger cars, and for him to go to definitely a smaller SUV is a big kind of a step down, but like I said, he likes it a lot. So if you're looking for a mid-size SUV, I would say the 4Runner. Even in a bigger SUV, the 4Runner is probably your best way to go. Like I said earlier, it was voted number 3 in the top 10 longest lasting vehicles. It's a Toyota, so it's going to run forever. Another phone call. Yellow.
Update.